One of the most famous recordings of Little Willie John's career was a tune presented to him by Henry Glover called Fever.
I get a feeling that's so hard to bear. You give me fever.
Composed by John Davenport, better known to the music world as Otis Blackwell, Eddie Cooley, and an alleged future R&B singer named Joe Tex, who claimed he first wrote the song as a poem and sold it to Cooley to pay for his hotel bill at the Hotel Teresa in Harlem, New York, where he was staying and performing at the Apollo Theater. Tex told Cooley to put into the arrangements of Tennessee Ernie Ford's #1 hit at the time, 16 Tons. Recognized for its texture of cool jazz, blues, and R&B, Fever is considered to be one of the greatest recordings in music history. Little Willie John didn't like the song because of the finger snapping, and was persistent to record it with the urging of Henry Glover. Although Peggy Lee recorded the first cover version and would house more record sales and become familiar to pop audiences around the world, who sprung dozens of cover versions by various artists, the greatest essential version belongs to the one and only Little Willie John.
Forbidden City attracted celebrities like Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Duke Ellington.
This was quite a bold experiment, and it shattered conceptions that people might have had about other people of color, and it was one of the major platforms for a change of mind, a change of attitude, a change of perception on the part of those who came in.
Audiences included servicemen, locals, and busloads of tourists. Singer Jimmy Borges, who was born in Hawaii to a Portuguese, Chinese, and Hawaiian family, recalls one evening.
And I was singing Fever. Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. You give me fever. And this lady, she was looking at me, and there was this look in her eye of complete mystification. And she says to her husband, "Oh, Charlie, he sings just like a white man." And that was so funny. I started to laugh because she didn't mean it in a bad way. She meant it like she had never seen anybody like me sing a song that was made famous by a white person.
I got the world on a string, I'm sitting on a rainbow. I've got that string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love.
I wanted my existence to be important. I wanted to be important in some way or another, as long as I did something that was worthwhile in life. I wanted to do something worthwhile, not just to be sand on the beach. And I always had that drive. It wasn't an ego. It wasn't an ego thing. It was a thing that if it was necessary. I always believed from the time that I was young that if you're going to be here, do something important. I don't care whatever it happened to be. So if it was going to be in sports, be the best that you can be. If it was going to be in anything, be the best that you can be. And so that was always my thrust. And it held me in good stead, because when I went to the mainland, I had to overcome things that I never realized existed, which was prejudice. I didn't realize that people might not like you because you were brown. Because whenever I auditioned when I was younger, you had to either be black or white. They said, what does a Hawaiian know about jazz? I like it, and I just like it. So I had to audition, and it took longer for the buyer to pay attention to me. If
Because
you
they
were
weren't
black,
looking for you.
No, because I didn't fit. And this is before Don Ho or anything. Hawaii, the only thing anybody ever knew, this is in the 50s, knew about Hawaii was Pearl Harbor, before Hawaii Five-0. Pearl Harbor at Diamond Head, you know, or Harry Owens, which was an old show. But they had, you know, there was no other connection. So if I auditioned and there was some black guys there and some white guys here and this Hawaiian guy over here, I was given short shrift many, many times.
You didn't fit in either category.
Yeah, and so I had to work harder. And so I learned at that age that equality was not guaranteed. And that's okay.
And you didn't get discouraged. You just worked harder.
No, it made me mad. And says, okay, I'll show you. That was mine.
How do you get mad and use it for your advantage without being bitter? How do you do that?
I never had time to be bitter. That never even occurred to me. My whole thing was always that I'll show you.